Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go outside to Carissa Wilson.
Drivers should take warning as there is an alert for snow squalls. Many areas across the GTA may receive bursts of heavy snow and blowing snow. Now here's your 5-day weather forecast. Today we'll see a few flurries hitting a high of -10 and a low of -15. On Friday, the last day of February, it will be sunny with a high of -11 but a cold low of -22. Moving into March, Saturday will have scattered flurries with a high of 0 and a low of -13. Sunday will have cloudy periods hitting a high of -7 and a low of -14. And Monday will see some clouds with a high of -8 and a low of -17. Well, even though it's cold outside, it does feel like -43 in Winnipeg, so it could always be worse. And just a reminder, there's only 3 more weeks left until spring. That's it for your 5-day weather forecast. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Carissa. Turning now to national and international news, 2 people accused of stealing a murdered student's car have had their day in court delayed. The body of 26-year-old Loretta Saunders was found Wednesday afternoon in New Brunswick. The St. Mary's University student had been missing since February 13th. Saunders' 2 roommates, Victoria Henneberry and Blake Leggett, were arrested in Windsor, Ontario, and have been transferred back to Halifax. Henneberry was scheduled to appear in court today, but will appear Friday when Leggett is scheduled for a bail hearing. Halifax police have not yet laid charges in Saunders' death, but say they are coming.
The violence in the Ukraine continues. Armed gunmen have seized government offices in the Crimea region. They have been identified as pro-Russian. And tensions between Russia and Ukraine are escalating as Russia has allegedly launched massive military exercises just across the border. There are 150,000 troops and Russian fighter jets are patrolling the area.
And after 6 days on the run, ousted Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych has broken his silence today in Russia. In his statement, Yanukovych reaffirms his right to lead the country and still considers himself the president. He says, "I still believe myself to be the legitimate head of the Ukrainian state, elected in a free vote by Ukrainian citizens." He also asked for Russia to protect him from what he says are extremists and that Ukrainian's new leadership is illegitimate. And as of today, Arseniy Yatsenyuk is the new Prime Minister of Ukraine. While pro-Russian forces are active in Crimea, Yatsenyuk was approved by 371 votes in Parliament.
An Arizona anti-gay bill has been vetoed by the state's governor, Jan Brewer.
I have not heard of one example in Arizona where a business owner's religious liberty has been violated.
The bill would have allowed businesses to refuse service to gay people for religious reasons. Opponents of the bill called it an open attack. After a statement, the governor received positive feedback from supporters.
And now with your sports news, here's Mark McKelvey.
The OCAA basketball championships kick off today, and the Humber Hawks are right in the mix of things. The Hawks men's squad enters their 18th provincial championship at Sheridan College as the second-ranked team from the West. They match up against the 4th-ranked team from the East, Seneca, in the second of 4 quarterfinals today. The Humber men enter the tournament with a record of 15-3, while Seneca sits at 500 at 10-10. As for the women, they are one of 8 teams converging on Mohawk College to crown a provincial champion. The Hawks women are the top team in the OCAA after going 16-2 in the regular season. They'll tango with the Sheridan Bruins, who went 11-7 in season play. That match will be the final quarterfinal of the day, as tip-off is set for 8 p.m. The Toronto Raptors return home tonight after a trip to Cleveland. The Raps host John Wall and the Washington Wizards. Both teams are enjoying turnaround seasons. The Raptors sit 3rd in the Eastern Conference and 1st in the Atlantic while reaching 7 games over 500 for the first time since February of 2010. The Wizards currently hold down the 5th spot in the East with a record of 29-28. Tip-off at the ACC is 7 o'clock. Switching gears now to the National Hockey League, the Toronto Maple Leafs return to action following the Olympic break tonight in Long Island. The Leafs meet the New York Islanders for the 3rd and final time this season. The 2 teams split the first 2 meetings. Jonathan Bernier is expected to get the starting goal for Toronto and carry the load right through the final 22 games of the regular season. As for the Islanders, they begin life without John Tavares, who tore his MCL at the Olympics. They'll also be missing Franz Nielsen and Matt Martin. To fill their roles, the Islanders have called up their top line from the American Hockey League of Ryan Strome, Mike Halmo, and Anders Lee. They are all expected to play tonight. Puck drop from the Nassau Coliseum is 7 p.m. And the Toronto Blue Jays are undefeated after one game in Grapefruit League action. The The Jays defeated the Philadelphia Phillies yesterday 4-3 in a game that was called early due to rain. Jose Bautista hit his first home run of the spring in his first at bat, sending a bomb into the parking lot. The Jays and Phils meet again today at the Jays facility in Dunedin, Florida. Opening day starter R.A. Dickey will make his first appearance of the spring, and he's expected to work 2 innings. And that's it for sports. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Mark. After the break, we'll get the latest in entertainment from John Mace.
Coming up after the break, Seth Rogen speaks up and Bob Barker takes aim at Ontario. All this and more on your entertainment update.